Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the June update to my THOSE eyeshadows. I was like, what is this name? THOSE eyeshadows project Pan. So everyone is doing this project a bit like differently. The project was created by Alexi a long time ago. She doesn't upload anymore, but her channel is linked down below. I work on 6 eyeshadows at a time, and the goal is of course to hit pan, but if I have used an eyeshadow 20 times and I feel like pan is nowhere to be seen, I can opt to roll it out. Also, if I enroll a black matte, I can roll it out after 10 uses. And yes, I also have 1 hand selected shades, so 5 shades are randomly selected from my entire eyeshadow collection, which is huge. It's huge. But I select 1 shade myself, so 5 random, 1 hand selected. And this is the color story that I have been working on in June. It is a good mix. We have 2 shimmers and 4 matte shades, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. If you want to see how I have been doing with this color story, you know, keep on watching. Also, if you like Project Panic content, that is the main thing here on my channel. I do the occasional testing out new makeup, maybe like probably testing out new eyeshadow palettes because I love eyeshadow. So if you like that type of content, you should subscribe. You know, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I love this project because it challenges me to use eyeshadow that I have not been reaching for that much. So now I have been rambling enough. Let's get into my update. Alright, so the first shade here on my hand is the this orange matte, and that's the shade Sugar Puff from my Made by Mmmitchell palette. Last update I said that I was going to really try and work this one out. I had used it 10 times by last update. You can see what it's been looking like. This is a pretty dry shadow and it's very pigmented, so my usage, like, it doesn't really show that much. I am happy to announce that I have actually used this one 20 times now, and this is what it's looking like. So I don't know, can you tell that I have used this shade 20 times? Like, these pans are super deep, as you can see here. I have a pan in that one. Like, I'm probably gonna have to use this shade 100 times or more to hit pan, so I'm not gonna put myself through that. Also, I might have been more happy to work on this one had I not just rolled out like the same round. I rolled out another orange. It was a bit more pastel, but still like a matte orange. So I'm kind of fed up with matte orange shades. If I roll a matte orange in this round, if it's too similar, I'm not gonna go for it because I have been working on my matte oranges now for some time being. So I am happy to have worked on this shade 20 times, and it is going to roll out finally. This next shimmer shade is actually my hand selected shade, and that one comes from my Odin Sai and Makeup Just for Fun. It's the Flora Story palette. I wanted to hit 1 pan in this palette because it was severely neglected by me last year. And I did pick the shade Best Buds to try and hit pan, and you can see what it looked like when I roll it in. Don't really remember how many times I used it between the updates, but I have been using this one as an inner corner highlight most of the times, and it's been working out very nicely. Now, as of today, I have actually used Best Buds 21 times, so more than the 20, and I have been able to hit pan. Odin Sai shades are pretty deep, you can see there. So it did take longer than I expected. I was very happy to have this palette out, and I've been playing around with the other shades. I always try to use the palette No Pan Left Behind, apart from like trying to hit pan in the selected shade. I didn't do it with this one this time because I was working on my Made by Mmmitchell palettes last year, and I already like used this No Pan Left Behind pretty recently. So, but this one I have used all of the shades in, and I am very happy to roll that shade out as well. Then we have another Odin Sai. These two are actually Odin Sai, both of them. So I do have a lot of Odin Sai eyeshadows in my collection, so it's not a surprise that I like that they take up a lot of my color story. So this brown shade is randomly selected by from the Norns palette. This is the old one with the round pans, and yeah, it's just a dark brown. I am wearing it today on my outer corner, and like that is how I have been using this one. I have used this quite a lot. I have actually used it 15 times because I can incorporate it in so many eye looks, and you can see what it looks like when I roll it in. And now, after 15 uses, it's not looking like much. Like a slightest dip, but as you can see up here, the pans are deep. I'm not gonna hit pan on this one after 5 uses, I just know. But I will probably roll it out after 20 uses because it's gonna be a long time if I'm gonna try to actually hit pan in that shade. So this palette I have also used No Pan Left Behind. I think maybe I have not reached for this red. So I'm gonna try to do that in the next round, but all of the other shades I have dipped into since rolling this one in last month. So we're gonna keep it in for another 5 uses. Then this blue shade here is from the Odin Sai and the Fancy Face. This is the it is the Hummingbird palette, so the first collab they did. And the shade is, as I said, it's the shade Lagoon, so you can see what it looked like when I rolled it in. I had used it, but not like super much. And this is also a palette that I want to hit 1 pan in eventually. Since rolling it in, I have used Lagoon 10 times, and this is what it's looking like. So I do have a good dip. I have used this one. I am wearing it today as my liner, which is how I have been using this shade the most, which is also why I do have that big dip there. So I hope that within the next 10 uses I am going to hit pan, but as I said, these pans are quite deep. But this is a shade that I'm going to keep in until I hit pan, because I feel like I do have like such a good start here. And this is also like an older palette in my collection, so I want to have a pan in it. So that is gonna remain in. Then we do have some changes happening here. These 2 shades I enrolled last update. The pink shade is the Lovers from V Cosmetics. It's the shade Much, and this like dirty brown. It's not very sparkly, but like a shimmer shade. It's from the Peachy Queen and Grinch palette. Now, I didn't roll this one last update, and you can see what the pans have been looking like. I have not used these ones much at all, unfortunately. I did in the Lovers use basically all of the shades, but I only dipped into Much 2 times. And this is what it's looking like. As for my Grinch palette, I have only dipped into this shade 1 time. This is what it's looking like. But after using, because I think I dipped into this one and this gold here and this green and this one, apart from that shade that I've been panning, I I'm not feeling inspired by this palette at all. Looking at them, I feel like I have so many more fun eyeshadow palettes with fun shimmer shades in my collection. These ones are just not cutting it, so I decided pretty like after reaching for the like other shades in the palette as well, that you know what, I'm gonna declutter these. I'm gonna remove them from my spreadsheet and put them aside, and then when I have my like year eyeshadow palette collection video, these are gonna be decluttered. So I am actually rolling those shades out. I'm not feeling inspired to use them, and like if I use them and hit pan, I'm still wanting to declutter them, so it's just taking up time from more fun things to reach for. So that is my decision. It is my project, and I feel good about it. I feel like, yeah, these are palettes that I can absolutely part ways with. So that means that we are actually changing up this project quite a bit. We are just keeping in these two shades from the Odin Sai palettes, and the rest of the shades will be new. So let me set up my app and we can select our new eyeshadows. Okay, so I do currently have 3,602 eyeshadows in my collection. We're gonna randomly generate 1, 2, 3 shades, and then I will hand select one shade. So let's generate the first shade, 2,469. Oh, that's good. This is from my 2,469 is from my Micka Beauty Forever Young palette, and it's the shade Prom. Okay, next shade, 3,384. It's gonna be a new palette. Okay, 3,384 is my Beauty Moon Cosmetics Ice Maiden, which is like a winter palette. It's the shade Polar, so I'm gonna see what it's looking like. If it's like, it might be blue, I don't know, we shall see. But let's generate the last one, 1,471. Okay, it's a good selection. I hope no other colors will challenge this one. 1,471 is from my Ellie J Cosmetics Oh My Gourd palette, and it's the shade Cozies. I don't know what that one looks like, but I'm gonna pick those out, see if it's like, if anything is too similar, and then I will also hand select my own shade. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, because what I was fearing is that Ice Maiden, Beauty Moon Cosmetics Ice Maiden palette, this is the Iron Roller shade Prom, and that is this shade. Now I know that it's not as, like, obviously it's a different type of blue, but I'm still gonna, I'm gonna re-roll. It is my decision, and I'm gonna do it. So let's see, we have number, oh it got dark, 2,806 instead. Shame on me. Okay, 2,806 is from my Bellapiérre Ultimate Nude eyeshadow palette, and it's the final shade, which is not as fun. But here we are. I'm gonna hand select my shade now and swatch it out, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back, and this is my new color story. This is the old one. So let me talk you through the shades. I don't feel like this is summer, but here we are. Okay, so the first two shades here are obviously the ones we're keeping in. So the ones from the Norns palette and the one from the Hummingbird. I'm crying. The next shade here is a very nice purple shade, and that is from my Micka Beauty. It's the Forever Young palette. Very happy to roll this one in. This is a French indie brand. This is the Color Story. This looks nasty because of oil seepage here, and it's a white background. So the shade we enrolled is Prom, and that's the purple here. This is a potential panda palette for me because it looks so gross. I don't like when my palettes are not looking like pristine. So I'm happy to work on this shade and see how deep the pans are. I honestly have no idea. These shimmers are spectacular. So I'm very, very happy to have it in, and there are some nice like pastel shades here as well. So we are gonna work on this palette. That's the first shade, Prom. Then we have a green shimmer shade, and that is from the Ellie J Beauty Oh My Gourd palette. I don't know if this is still a brand that you can get or if they shut down, but they did have some nice fun shades. So the Oh My God palette is looking like this. And we enroll the shade Cozies, or I enroll the shade Cozies, which is this green here. It's not the most fun shade of this palette, but here we are. Like, this shade is very, very pretty. I can use that one obviously quite a lot. So that is the palette. No idea how deep these pans are either. We will just like have to see. Then we have a shade that did not swatch very well, and that is my Bellapiérre Ultimate Nude palette. I got this in an advent calendar 2 years ago, and I enrolled the shade, the 35th shade, so the final shade in this palette, and this is what the palette looks like. Very nude, very much not me, but here we are. I do have two pans, as you can see up here, so the pans are not super deep. And the 35th shade is obviously this like silver shade here, so not very summery, alas. But we will see what we can do. I feel like 35 shades was a bit redundant, because looking at this corner here, like everything looks the same, doesn't it? Did we need all these types of brown shades? Like these two also, like what is the difference? Really? So many very, very similar shades. But I think it's gonna be okay because the pans are not super deep, so I can hopefully roll this one out pretty quickly. Then I have my own hand selected shade, which is not very fun. It is this sparkly shade down here. And I enrolled this because of the same reason as I did my, like why I was happy to have this one in. It's the Pastel Roses Frozen Dreams palette, and this one is looking like this. So it's also looking very nasty because of like oil. And this is also a contender for my Panda palette in order for next year, and I want to work on this one, see how deep the pans are. So I enrolled the shade Harmony, which is this one here. It is what I'm wearing today. I am trying to pan like a mid-toned brown shade in my Panda palette in order right now. So this one is something that I can use very easily with that shade. And it's not the most fun one. There are more fun sparkly shades in this palette, but I just want to see how deep the pans are. And yeah, if this is something that I want to have as my Panda palette in order next year. So that is my hand selected shade. What do we think about the two color stories? Obviously this one is more summer because of that orange and also like the pink. This one is not very summer, but it's gonna be fine. Hopefully I will have this brown shade out next time. Hopefully I will have pan in this green blue shade here, and we shall see what else will happen with the rest of the shades. But yeah, not the most excited about this color story. I am excited though to have some of these palettes out and to work on these two, for example. I'm very happy because they have been neglected, and I can't wait to play around with them and create some fun looks. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. You know what to do. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And also like say hi in the comments. I also have to hear from you. And I also hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!